So I'd like to welcome next to the stage EcoWorth Tech from Singapore. This is a company working on removing contaminants from wastewater, a truly global challenge. To present it today will be the chairman of the board, Bert Grobben. Thank you.
Pressure and so on. Okay, good. Thank you very much, okay? Thanks.
So my reset the time. I think we've got the mic as well. Let's just give them 2 seconds to see if the tech's just get the mics working. If they're making noise, just to see if it comes on. If not, we can borrow on the judges' microphones.
Yeah. Yeah, is it working? Okay, awesome. Well, restart. Good afternoon, everyone. My name is Bert from EcoWorth Tech. We'd love to extend a very warm thank you for Hello Tomorrow organization for being here. Unfortunately, in 3 minutes' time, we're going to run out of time very, very quickly. But frankly, we are all running out of time. Because in terms of clean water in the world, we're very rapidly running out. And we need to start focusing on solutions to get something back in the cup. And this is why my co-founder and myself a couple of years ago, we left our well-paid corporate jobs to put our time and to put our effort in making real meaningful solutions. And that's why we're here with EcoWorth Tech. We're focusing on turning wastewater back into worth. We're addressing huge amounts of industrial waste that's being pumped into the environment. And governments are trying very hard in implementing new laws, new release limits, and really addressing the industries from putting lesser amounts of contaminating chemicals into the environment. But for the companies, it's very tough. Removing organic components from wastewater is very challenging. It's complex, it's very costly. And turning that back into worth is something that we really wanted to do. So this for us creates a multi-billion-dollar market by really addressing how you turn wastewater back into worth. So how we do this? It's a homegrown Singaporean technology. Where we're really looking at both absorbency and filtration, which you see in the videos, in very efficiently removing wastewater and the organic components therein simply by absorption and filtration through this. It's a technology that's ultra efficient. It absorbs up to 190 times its own weight in organic components. It's a super low cost material through its production process in operation. It's recoverable, which means that everything we absorb we can release again and give a second life. And we can recycle the base material simply by squeezing and putting it back in the next filtration cycle. Additionally, it's made out of waste itself. This looks like black, but this used to be cotton. So we can use any form of cellulosic waste material and turn it into a carbon fiber aerogel. What does it mean for the customer? A couple of things. They have value creation, they recuperate 20 times lower in cost, and they don't spend money on secondary treatment cycles. The team, very strong Singaporean rooted material science team. We've got world leading experts that created the material but guaranteed forward technology development. We've got strong business development, commercialization, productization skills on top of oil and gas industry experts and water experts as well. Where are we? We secured first pilot trial stage. We're in the process of converting that into the commercial deals. But where we're now looking for support is really building up the company further to that commercial state and implementing the manufacturing assets that can really create that further commercial scale. We're looking forward to working with all of you guys and again, getting some water in that cup again.
What are the economics around your system versus what people do currently?
Well, different industries are using different multi-stage water purifications. So oil and gas, for example, is a combination of filtration, cyclones, filtration, whatever have you. And we're not a one-stop solution, right? We're one of those components that takes something out, you put our system in, and it's multi-stage. The ideal solution is a combination of, for example, microcyclone or a CFA filtration unit, and then a microfiltration and polishing step. The economics of what we do takes the cost on average down up to 20 times. And that's simply driven by the fact that you can reuse the material over and over again, which you cannot do with, for example, activated carbon or some of the other absorbent materials. and the fact that you can actually take out the absorbed organic materials. A nice industry is the perfume industry, right? Perfume materials are very expensive, and at the moment they're actually being shipped away to a third-party waste management company to then kind of take it out, which is a loss. We're working with, obviously, companies that sit in that industry, and you can give them the opportunity to maximize and monetize again those materials. So the economics are slightly different on an industry by industry, depending on how you adjust their water recuperation, how you adjust the monetization of what we can absorb out of the material, and how it fits in a multi-stage total cleaning solution.
Do you intend to offer this as a hardware solution or as a service, or what is the business model with which you're looking to bring this to market?
Most likely it's going to be a combination of both. For some industries, the solution would actually look like a tea bag or a big boom. We're referring to oil and gas industries, where in the case of floating oil in harbors or whatever have you, we literally pull a boom over the water and it absorbs it very efficiently. In that case, it's a single sale of recoupable use materials, it's hardware sale. If you're in an industry, oil and gas, where you're actually having continuous streams of wastewater that you need to treat, then we're in the business of actually selling a hard piece of equipment, and then the CFA material at the end of its multi-cycle lifetime becomes like the razor blade model, where we sell additional kits and filter units of the CFA material. The hardware itself, depending on the size of the customer, might be a single sale of the unit itself, versus when you're a bigger unit or a bigger customer, the economics might be better on a lease-based model.
Is the system also workable for very small concentrations of very toxic organic compounds?
Toxic if it's organic. If it's amphoteric or hydrophilic, very water-soluble components, then we might not be the best technology for it. But if it is a emulsified and a water-immiscible organic component, then definitely toxic or non-toxic will be able to remove it from the water.
Thank you very much, Bert.